Brock, beans, equipment, or people? Where does the money go to first?
People.
And why?
They're the life of the company.
Alrighty, it is time for another episode of Bleep the Budget. I am your host, Megan McDonald, Senior Community Relations Specialist of Forefront Credit Union. Thank you so much for tuning in. Special guest again today. You may recognize him. His name is Brock Crandall. He's from a previous episode about the vacationer's dream grocery delivery service, Stocked. He is back with us to talk about another side hustle that he has, Happy Camper Coffee Company. It is an Elk Rapids-based coffee shop that quite literally started out of a small camper and now is a full-blown brick and mortar. Brock, thank you so much for joining us again on Bleep the Budget.
Glad to be here again.
I'm glad you're here too. For anyone who hasn't stumbled upon what exactly Happy Camper Coffee Company is,
Good job.
Tell us about it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a coffee shop in Elk Rapids. We started out in a mobile coffee trailer, like a food truck, and we grew to a brick and mortar. We are kind of facing the river in Elk Rapids. It's like the last building on your right side if you're turning off from the highway going towards like Charlevoix. So,
okay.
Yeah. And we've been there for 4 years now and we're loving it.
Okay. So you have been in the brick and mortar for 4 years?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. No. This will be our 4th year. We've been 5 years. This will be our 4th year in the brick and mortar. So 1 year in the trailer, 4 years, going on 4 years in the brick and mortar.
Okay. I think I'm there now. I got it.
I think I'm there too. Yeah.
Okay. So let's simplify this. You were in the trailer for 1 year.
1 year.
Okay. Got it. Which is that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Winter was coming around and being out in a trailer.
Yeah.
With no heat. Didn't sound very fun.
No, especially talking like it was like today.
It was actually like a pop-up camper. It wasn't like one of those like already.
No.
Yeah. Like, so me and my buddy, that was a business partner, we gutted it out, cut everything out. And it was like the old fashioned, pops up and the two sides pop out.
Oh my gosh.
It was one of those. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. And then we just boarded it up with wood, painted it, made it look nice, put the logo on the back, and Happy Camper was born.
Wow. Okay. So you didn't utilize the pop-ups that I think are on the side usually, right?
No.
That's
we
what
cut
you boarded?
those out. Yeah, we cut. Yeah. So it was just like a square thing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 year in that, 4 years in the brick and mortar.
Yep.
Do you still use or have the original?
No, I actually just sold it this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Was that sad? That's kind of bitter.
It was kind of sad, but it was not being used. So like someone to give it a little TLC and like actually be able to use it would be a lot better than it just sitting there.
Okay. All right. So,
but we did use it for like events. We did do like a wedding with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mobile coffee then?
Yeah. Me and my fiance did it, and we will not do that again.
No.
Oh, it was just like a mix of like getting home at 2 a.m. and having to set that back up for like customers the next day.
Sure.
Was like a lot for us.
Yeah, so, that would be a lot.
And it was like an 1.5-hour drive. And
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So at what point in your journey did you decide that we have done what we can with this little camper trailer thing and we need to do something bigger? We need to get into an actual space. What was the thing that tipped you off into that?
I mean, summer was great in the camper. The community was like super excited for us. They supported us. Like, couldn't be happier with like how the community reacted to us being there. The flipping point was like winter was coming, traffic was slowing down. People didn't want to go to a food truck.
Yeah, they
wanted to be warm inside. And honestly, it was one of our top customers is currently now our person that we rent the building from, our landlord.
Oh, okay.
She just kept coming back and saying, I got a spot for you to look at.
Wow.
Whenever you're ready, come look at it.
What a great connection.
Yes. And like I kept dragging my feet. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Because like this was at the time where like food trucks were popping. Like, oh, food trucks were like in the inn.
Yeah.
And then like I was like, well, it's either I close it down for this winter and reopen, or I go look at the space and see, what she's got going on.
Well,
and I immediately walked in the space and I was like, yeah,
you want that?
yes,
Okay.
I will take this space. So,
Okay.
and she's super nice and she was super helpful with like us getting everything set up in there. And like, it was great. And we have a really good relationship, which I highly recommend if you're renting from anyone to have a good relationship with your landlord.
I think that's key with most things that
Yes.
you're renting,
Yep.
whether it be a house or a business.
Exactly.
Good
Mhm.
relationships with the landlord are probably important.
Yes.
That had to have been a huge decision for you financially speaking. Was that kind of stressful? Did that come with some extra expenses moving into a brick and mortar?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely something that, I thought about, but like I said, if you have a good relationship with the person that you are renting from and you can't afford, buying a place or anything like that, just make it work with them. Like, hey, like tell them what you can afford for now and then go from there.
Sure.
And maybe they'll work with you. And luckily she was able to work with me and now we're there for the next 5 years, so it's just like, it's great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and she clearly loved your product and believed in what you guys were doing.
Yes.
Saw a need for this too, it sounds like. So that's fantastic.
We also had a good relationship with Exit Realty, who we rented from for the camper.
Yeah.
Like they were super nice. They actually had like an RV hookup set up for us. Like they actually put it in because they liked us being there so much. And like we kept tripping power and they were like, well, let us put an RV hookup so you can actually have power to operate. So that was super nice of them.
Yeah.
And they worked with us on rent as well. So it's like having those relationships are huge.
Yes. And I'm sure they also loved having your coffee right there for them and for their customers.
Yep.
That's great. So let's go back to that other question then.
Yeah.
Some of those expenses that you have with a brick and mortar that maybe you didn't have with the camper trailer setup.
Yeah. So with the camper trailer setup, we actually didn't have any food. So we didn't have our panini makers that take power.
Okay.
We didn't have multiple heating elements. We just had a coffee pot and a small espresso machine. So we actually, I think, probably quadrupled our electricity. And then we have coolers and things like that. So like those expenses were a little different, and inventory was a lot bigger now that we can hold more inventory. Yeah, I guess it wasn't like shockingly different.
Okay. No, that's good.
Yeah, but like since we introduced food, like it we definitely have more of like, supplies that we needed to order. So that expense is there, but you're hoping to make money, by having more food and options, you can make more money, and it kind of evens itself out. And, yeah.
That's awesome. So it worked out good then.
It worked out good. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So some more, sounds like more bills then. Maybe your electrical bills.
Yeah. Electrical bills. Yeah. More expensive. We did redo like some of the inside of the coffee shop, to make it more our vibe.
Yeah.
But I did that with like my dad and a buddy. So it wasn't like we hired anyone to like do an interior design thing yet. So that's been, I would say like save where you can. Yeah. On those kind of stuff. So
totally. Absolutely. Connections are good with
but
stuff
also
like
spend where you can too. Like if you want something done right and good, don't be afraid to like spend a little money.
Yeah. Absolutely. With those expenses, was there anything that really surprised you? Like you were like, wow, I did not expect that to be something that was going to be something we had to pay for or pay more for this time around.
Honestly, not being in like the coffee shop or a coffee, like the industry, like an espresso machine was a little like eye-opening of how expensive they are. The first one we had was like it was like the most basic commercial grade you could get.
Okay.
And then I got like one that was like kind of mid to high tier. And I was like, whoa.
When you got into the brick and mortar,
yes,
you mean?
Yes, when I got in the brick and mortar, because like we had demand that was our machine couldn't handle. Our one little machine that we started out with couldn't handle. So ended up getting a bigger one, and I ended up spending a little more on like the higher end machine because I didn't want to have to deal with maintenance and breaking down and things like that.
Sure.
So
Can you give us like a taste of what because I personally don't know either. What is like an expensive mid-grade espresso machine? What do those run these days?
I really don't want to disclose that.
Okay.
But it's up there.
It's up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's like north of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yep. That's definitely not what I would have been prepared
Yeah.
for either. So, okay. So, on the flip side then, even though it doesn't sound like that was a negative expense, but were there any positive financial changes that you noticed going from the trailer into the building?
Yeah. I would say like being able to sell more items was definitely a different, ball game, especially introducing food to our menu. Not only are people getting like a coffee, but they're getting a coffee with a burrito or a coffee with food, or a breakfast sandwich or a baked good. And just having a little bit more to choose from.
Yep.
It made our revenue jump. So
yeah, a little bit of, I had a word there I was going to use, like bundling in a way, like kind of upsell people if they want to.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you talk about at all the cost difference that you've noticed, like going from a mobile site to a more permanent site? Just like if you had to put like a number on it, what the difference in cost for that is for you?
It probably is about like 60% more.
Okay.
Than what it would cost to run the food truck.
Sure. Well, that's a good thing to kind of peg off of then. When you noticed that those saving or that cost was a little bit more, did you have to increase the cost of some of your goods then for your customers?
We actually didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. What happened is that we introduced food and we were able to charge, or we were able to make it, based off just the food, selling the food in general was like the reason why we didn't have to change any pricing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, you made a huge change with food, but that covered the added cost of being in the building. So your customers probably didn't even really notice it then.
Yeah. I mean, there was no price change in the menu at all. So.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Brock, we are going to get back into that fun segment that you did the last time you were here. Money Minute. Do you remember the rules of the game?
Yes.
I'll remind you just in case. I'm going to ask you some fun, some random, some that have to do with the subject. Quick questions. Just answer with the very first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is the best purchase that you have made for Happy Camper?
Best purchase I've made for Happy Camper has to be probably the espresso machine.
Okay.
It's like dark green and it like fits the vibe and it's just like, it's nice.
Yeah, I like that. What is your go-to coffee order?
Go-to coffee order is, I'm just a basic guy.
What?
Yeah.
You could have anything you want.
I know. It's like, it's either a black coffee or it's like a caramel latte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two very opposite ends of the spectrum, I might add.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I might be feeling sweet. Sometimes I'm just feeling, vanilla.
Right.
But actually caramel.
Okay. What is one financial mistake that you made early on with Happy Camper Coffee Company?
I would say the trends are hard to like keep up with.
Okay.
If you follow TikToks and things like that, like if you try to like, oh my gosh, this is a trend. I have to buy this item now so I can like get on it because like there's this mocha chocolate chip cookie latte that I have to get because so many customers are going to come in for that. And it's like chasing that can like get you down a rabbit hole of like buying too much inventory.
Well, I'm sure by the time you meet that trend, there's a new trend.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I would just say it's simpler the better. Start with a simple menu and then either try to start the trend or just stay, in your lane, I guess, is what I would suggest.
Okay. All right. Does anything ever annoy you with coffee orders?
Yes.
What is it?
When people come in and start using like Starbucks terminology.
Ooh,
like,
red
I'll take
flag.
a venti, caramel, whatever. I know what they mean.
Yeah.
So I don't like make a big, it's not like, oh, get out of here. It's like, okay, so you want like a large, extra large, whatever.
Okay. I was going to ask you, how do you do your cup sizes then?
12, 16 ounce.
Okay. So do people say, do you like them to do small, medium, large, or?
It doesn't matter. Like whatever, like I'll just point to the cups and be like, hey, this is a 12 ounce or is this a 16 ounce?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one for annoyances. That's kind of funny. What is, on the flip side, what is something that totally makes you smile when customers are placing a coffee order?
I think like when we have like a certain special and they get like all giddy about it and they're like, oh my gosh, you have a chocolate raspberry latte? I'll take that. Like they like get like super hyped about it. Like that's what I like.
Okay.
And like Happy Camper Coffee Company, like when people walk in already like smiling, like that's the best because like they're already happy.
Yep.
Well,
it's in the name.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is like, and then like we always have to be happy.
Yes. And are you always happy?
When I'm at Happy Camper.
Good answer. Brock, this is something that might not make you very happy. What is the most painful bill that you have had to pay since owning a brick and mortar, or I should say renting space with a brick and mortar?
The most painful, taxes.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that.
But like, it's like the refrigeration space. Like I had to get like we have a lot of milks.
Yep.
Obviously for lattes and things like that. So like to get space for all that, we had to order fridges. And I was like, holy cow, fridges are very expensive. And they're just these big blocks of metal. And like that was probably one of the biggest expenses, was getting the refrigeration in there.
Would you start with the camper again? Yes or no?
No.
Ooh. Okay, tell us why.
So with the camper, I learned very quickly that if you move, you have to rebuild your customer base.
Okay.
I think there's a false sense of my customers will follow wherever I go.
Sure.
Not saying that they won't. Not saying that like none of them will. Some of them will, but I think like once you build into someone like your community, and the community knows like you're in one spot all the time, they're gonna come back. If you build into their like commute, their schedule, their whatever, they're always gonna be, as soon as you move, they're gonna be like, wait, where'd they go? Oh my gosh, like they're gone. I don't know where they're at. And then they don't come back to that spot because they think you're gone.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Brock, beans, equipment, or people? Where does the money go to first?
People.
And why?
They're the life of the company. They're the reason why Happy Camper runs.
Yeah.
Specifically my soon-to-be mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the family business.
Okay.
Yeah. She's been there since day one and she's been running it. She's the person.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's also an Elk Rapids alumni. So like her and I are both Elk Rapids alumni.
Very cool. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Family business.
Yeah.
Awesome. What is one money lesson that this business has taught you that Stocked did not?
Cash is king.
Okay. Yeah, because you probably don't do
with Stocked.
Yeah.
It's all online.
Okay. All right. So cash is king for this one.
Yeah.
Okay. If Happy Camper coffee were a drink on the menu, what would the drink be?
It's hard. I feel like a chocolate chip latte would be really good.
So specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chocolate chips like my favorite dessert.
Really? Mm-hmm. Like chocolate chip cookies?
Like if I see one right now, I'm eating it.
Okay. I don't have any chocolate chip cookies here. Darn it. I'm sorry.
I have some at home. Thinking about them right now.
Okay. Well, we're going to get you on your way so you can go eat those chocolate chip cookies. Who is someone that has had a huge influence on taking Happy Camper Coffee Company from the camper and trailer style into the brick and mortar in Elk Rapids?
I have to say Tammy Hill.
Okay.
My soon-to-be mother-in-law.
Okay.
I mean, she's she holds the place together. She's the face of the company. Like she's there all the time. She loves it like it's her own, and like I can't thank her enough for it.
That's awesome. Well, those are good things to say about your mother-in-law too. Soon to be mother-in-law, I should say.
Got to stay on the good side.
Yeah. What would you say is one thing that sets Happy Camper Coffee Company apart from other coffee shops?
We're always happy.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
That's fine.
We're just a family-owned coffee shop. You know, you walk in and we're smiling, and we just, you know, hey, come on in. You know, what do you need? What do you want? You know, it's nothing too serious. We're not too, you know, I don't know. It's just like we want to be warm, kind, friendly. You know, coffee's good. Lattes are great. It took me a lot of lattes to learn latte art, but I got it down pretty good. So,
well, I should have asked you that as a quick question. What's your favorite piece of latte art to make?
Just like a flower.
Okay.
Or like, I don't know what it's called, but I just,
Nice.
I can do it. Like, there's 2 designs I can do, but I don't know what they're called.
Okay. Can you do the heart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right. Nice.
So.
I do have to ask you, do you plan on keeping the name Happy Camper Coffee since it's no longer run out of a camper? Are you guys just going to keep rolling with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like everything in our coffee shop is kind of like camping style, rustic.
Cute.
Yeah. There's an upside down canoe on the ceiling.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah. So we'll keep the name. We like the name.
Love that. I do too. And it's kind of got a double meaning because happy camper, like you're a happy person, you're happy. And then again, it kind of pays tribute to your previous place. So
yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And like, you know, everyone in the morning is very happy to get their coffee.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And like, I haven't had like any bad, like, customers that came in that like I haven't had to deal with that. Luckily, in the 4 years it's been a brick and mortar, everyone's been just super great and super supportive, and like cannot thank the community enough for that. So
all right, well, shout out to the community.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What is one piece of financial advice that you would give to someone who is thinking about going from a food truck to a brick and mortar?
Like, run through your expenses as a food truck before you go into a brick and mortar, and like try to project your payments as a brick and mortar for a year of what you made in the truck.
Okay.
And see if you can make it.
Okay.
If you can't, then maybe it's not the right time yet.
Okay. Good piece of advice. Last question for you. Happy Camper Coffee Company. In 5 years, you've already gone from a mobile spot to the brick and mortar downtown Elk Rapids. What's next, if there is a next for you guys?
Not quite sure if there isn't, you know, if we're going to do more than one coffee shop. Love Elk Rapids. Want to be there for a while.
Yeah.
So think, I don't know if we're going to open up a few more or not. Probably not. I don't know.
That's okay.
I just I like that when people say Happy Camper, they think of Elk Rapids and they think of like, that's my favorite coffee. Like, that's what I want it to be.
Yeah. I'm excited to come back and try it. I know I tried it when it was a mobile business, so definitely have to come back and try. And I remember it being delicious, so I'll definitely.
Did I serve you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
It was a guy. Would there have been someone else?
Maybe
darker hair?
Yeah, maybe Luke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. This would have probably been at least 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably makes sense.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, Brock, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I'm glad you returned for another episode of Bleep the Budget. Thank you for sharing your wisdom of being an entrepreneur. You have had such a cool journey with so many different things, and I just think that's awesome. So
thanks for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Bleep the Budget.